Hello everyone and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We're also going to talk about the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. A lot of people are now saying XRP got clarity right now for a reason. They're saying it's because the World Economic Forum is advancing with Cashless Society and so on. So let's take a look. The SEC responds to the World Economic Forum. They own the U.S. government. The World Economic Forum is already the world's government and no one seems to notice. Gary and company met several times with Klaus Schwab. Ripple is a member of the World Economic Forum as well. It has all been staged to lead to the crushing of 95% of crypto companies. Even Brad Garlinghouse had said 99% of crypto is going to go to zero. And was this all staged from the beginning? World Economic Forum, Digital Cash, Unified Ledger, CBDC will force climate agenda onto the public. World Economic Forum members are celebrating the emergence of digital cash as governments around the globe prepare for cashless societies. During the World Economic Forum's Summer Davos event in China last month, attendees were buzzing about the advancement of CBDCs. Over 1,500 government, corporate, and academic leaders, including a large delegation from Saudi Arabia, gathered for the World Economic Forum Summit in China on June 27th to the 29th. A lot of people said XRP didn't get the green light until after this event happened. And maybe it was supposed to happen right now for a reason. It does fit the timeline. But how do you fight back against the cashless society? Well, in France, it looks like they found something that works. In France, for 3 months now, their approach to digital banking is simply fantastic. I'd like to share a bit about it. A very well-known supermarket here decided to go cashless. A group of 50 people got together and agreed that they would do a big shopping on the same day, piling up their carts to the top and each person getting to the checkout, the human checkout, not the machines, and having everything scanned before bringing cash out. The staff were absolutely overrun, their management in a complete tiz. Everyone repeatedly, calmly, and in a very organized and polite fashion, acting as if they knew nothing. No edges, no rudeness, no humiliation, offering no other method of payment than cash, willing to leave their carts behind if cash was not accepted. The supermarket reinstated cash. That's how you fight back against a cashless society. Gas stations, filling up with gas, then only having cash to pay. Restaurants, group of friends going out for dinner and nobody taking phones or credit cards, only cash. They are simply doing it in every single area of France, simply refusing to be part of it. The reason it works is because it's organized in large groups. One person here and another there doesn't work. It needs to be really carefully constructed. That's how you fight back. And I thought that was great, and I wanted to share it with all of you. Life Hacks 2023 edition. If government is involved, avoid it. If government supports it, reject it. If government says it's safe, it's not. If government says it's true, it's false. If government endorses it, question it. If government says you need it, you don't. You know, I never got the vax because I was watching the news back then. And I remember, I think it was in Ohio, there was some place where people were getting the vax and they had a raffle going where at the end of the day, they pull a name out of a hat and somebody wins a brand new car. And I seen how they were pushing for this on a daily basis all over the mainstream media news. And I thought to myself, if they want you to have this bad, this cannot be good for you. And that's what made me really question it. And I am so glad I questioned it and never took it. So we penetrate the cabinets. Now, this is how they take over all the governments of the world. Take a listen to Klaus Schwab.
What we are very proud of now is that we penetrate the cabinet.
You take notice, he's so proud that they're taking over the cabinets and the governments of the world. But it's not just the president here in the U.S. It could be senators. It could be representatives. It could be all the way down to your local government. And you know, if you don't believe that they're taking over our government, take a listen to Kamala Harris.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Take notice how she summed up climate change and depopulation all in the same sentence. Now, who do you think she honestly works for? It's not the American people. It's the World Economic Forum. And if they don't just come out and blatantly tell you these things, you can see it through their actions. Biden admin targets air conditioning refrigerants over climate concerns. So now they're coming after your air conditioning. And you know what I noticed? Recently, I had to buy a new air conditioner. Before, air conditioners, you could set the temperature all the way down to 60 degrees. Now, all of a sudden, they go down to 64 degrees. Others only go to 68 degrees. And that's how they're bringing climate change into your home, little by little. Nobel Prize-winning scientist, climate crisis narrative is a hoax. You ever take notice there's all these scientists who are saying climate change is an absolute joke, and don't believe it, don't fall for it. And they even tell you how they're going to use it as a tax in the future. And you're supposed to trust the science, right? Well, you're only supposed to trust the science that they bought and paid for. You know, they won't put this guy on the mainstream media news. Absolutely not. Not if he's calling climate change a hoax. No, they want to get someone on the mainstream media news that's about to tell you that the world is going to come to an end if you don't, turn off your air conditioner or stop driving your gas-powered car. It's such a scam. Not my concern, Mike Pence says. America is in decline. Our families are struggling. Homelessness, crime, and inflation are on the rise. Our borders are non-existent. Our military is depleted. So why is the Ukraine the priority? Well, first, let me tell you something. Open borders is part of the World Economic Forum agenda. And all the chaos you see happening all over the American streets in all of our major cities is by design as well. It's all bought and paid for a long time ago. But the reason the Ukraine is such a priority, it's not just the money laundering that goes on there. The Ukraine is a testing ground. Ukraine is a testing ground for every insane policy being moved forward at Davos this week. Zelensky is a flat-out puppet of the New World Order. It's not West versus Russia. It is sick globalists protecting their lab rat. Is Ukraine a New World Order testing ground? It absolutely is. Look what's going on with Stellar pushing for a Cbdc there right now. Most likely that Cbdc will be up and running long before it happens anywhere else. Plus, they're pushing for digital IDs there as well. Everything that's happening there is pushing the Ukraine into the digital age, the fourth industrial revolution. The great banks run PSYOP of 2023. Too big to fail banks flooded with deposits as bank runs drain small banks of cash. The entire U.S. banking industry is being prepared for a total takeover by the U.S. federal government as Fednow paves the way for a CBDC-based economy. You know, they released it as Fednow. It's simply a domestic payment system, right? If they came out and told you Fednow is a CBDC, no one would want to use it. People in the U.S. would fight back against it. But this is going to morph into a CBDC so fast, people are going to be shocked by it. And that's why I'm always telling you, people need to wake up before it's too late, because Fednow, call it what it is. It's a CBDC of the future. And Janet Yellen is another World Economic Forum hack as well. Utility crypto solving real-world problems will prevail in the fourth industrial revolution. You know, when 99% of crypto goes to zero, we're going to be left with a handful of cryptocurrencies. They're going to be these ISO cryptocurrencies, the ones we've been investing in now for a while, with real world utility, real world use case. That's what we're going to be left with. And XRP is the most important cryptocurrency you can be holding right now, because it's never been more important than right now to enrich yourself while you still can. You know, everybody talks about that flip of the switch moment. They talk about a $10,000 XRP in the future. It's hard to believe or even see that happening overnight. But the more you look at real world events, and you look at how Fednow is about to go live in a few days, and how Ripple's technology is going to be involved there, and XRP is most likely already tied into it, it's becoming easier and easier to see XRP skyrocketing to prices that we could only think of just a few years ago. I think everything is changing, and that's why I do these videos. I want to wake you up. I want to show you how world events and crypto are coming together like never before. We're following a timeline, and XRP is in that timeline. And even when you look at the BRICS, and August being a big month for the BRICS, and beyond that, looking at bank consolidations and liquidity crisis, and even the US dollar falling in value, it all comes together. It's not hard to see if you really look at it in the right way. But we all do really have to fight back against the cashless society, because once cash is gone, you will have no other options. And when you have no other options, you will become a slave to the system. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.